God bless. No man can curse. Hey friend, the message for today at church is a positive message. It is from the Bible, for real. I'm doing real biblical things at church today. Who God bless, no man can curse. Period. Dot. So, if you're blessed in life, you have nothing to worry about. That's simple. We all been blessed. I'm looking for something to hold this up. So, you know I'm late. I couldn't even make my cream of wheat. I had to go to the store and buy a breakfast. But that's one of the joys of being in Philly. You can go to the corner store and get breakfast. Hey, Redemption. Stranger danger. What's up, Redemption? There's no cream of wheat this morning. I got a sandwich and a coffee from the corner store because I didn't have time to cook yet. That's my IG baby daddy who don't even call me and check on me. Hey, Monty. Hey, Jewel. So, yeah, y'all know I got to start off with ASMR. So for those of you who missed the message, I'm going to type it in. Hey, Juskian. The message today, simple. You got a glue going on. What's up? Glue. I did my glue this morning. Hold on. I did my facial. Ebony's, I'm not even speaking to you. I'm not speaking. Don't nobody let Ebony's artistry comment. Don't let her say nothing. Because she went to Jeju without me. So, you went to Jeju without me. Today is the first day of my celebration week. My crown is Oya. My initiations. All of my spiritual anniversaries are this week. You have a vitamin to share? I'm coming to get you. Hey, Sid. So my celebration starts today. And coincidentally, ironically, on purpose, today is Oya Feast day. So, we could talk about Oya today a little bit. But the most important thing, D, I'm coming to get you right now. The most important thing to know for this week is who God bless, no man can curse. Period. So if you've been going through anything, you have nothing to worry about. Because God loves you and God watch over you. Now, who you call God, what you determine to be God, what you interpret to be God, that's your decision. That's your business. Because we talk a lot about, the black man is God, and then we say the black woman is God. Then we say the feminine energy is God, because the feminine divine is what births everything. The feminine energy gives birth to everything. So how could a man be God if man can't birth nothing without the feminine energy? Some people think Jesus is God, even though Jesus himself said he will pray to his God. Jesus said in the Bible, in Matthew, I will pray to my Father who is your Father, that is my God who is your God. So if people pray to God, pray to Jesus God, y'all just let them have that. Just mind your business. Well, thank you, Jewel. And that's a fact. And that's the goal. So if you don't mind, Jewel, I'm going to pin that because it's a compliment and I appreciate it. I had other information that I wanted to pin today, but I'm going to pin that. And Jewel, that might get you a gift. Tip, we all need it because we all forget that. Thank you, D. Okay, so I'm gonna D said she had a vitamin to share. So I'm gonna bring some Pisces chick on here so she can share her vitamin real quick. And then we're gonna move on. And my kids are up. Hey, yes, I'm that girl.
Hey y'all.
What's poppin'?
It's a couple things. One, you remember when you did my reading and my Nana had that message for me to give myself more credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's been the whole message and the whole theme for like the last year. So I actually just posted about this. Last night I went to a comedy show, Rodney Perry and my friend Alicia. And I wasn't gonna go. I had got tired during the day. I was like, I'm not going. Girl, I said, let me get up off my ass, and I went. Rodney Perry. I had to go. I had to actually talk to him after his set and hug him and let him know. I said, you don't even know what you did. I said, your last 2 points in your show spoke exactly to me. Things that, one of the things is what I always say. He joked about it, but it's true. He was like, you think you got life hard, but you won. He said, you got here. He said all them billions of, he was basically talking about all them billions of sperm cells that got spit out when your daddy nutted. You the one who made it.
That one that
I
made it.
cannot tell you how many times I have said that.
But I just read that somewhere yesterday. Mm-hmm.
He said even if you special needs, if you autistic on the spectrum, he said you may have been swimming a little bit. You wasn't swimming straight, but you still got there. You got over the hardest part of life. And another thing he said, and he told a story, and it ended up with a joke. But he was like, you never know who you watching. He said, you never know who's watching you. You never know who you're inspiring. And that spoke to me. I told him, I said, that thing you said about the sperm, I can't tell you how many times I've said that. I said, what you talking about, people watching you, you should see my inbox. You never know. You go on about life being you, but you never know who you blessing. And the story that he told was about a dude, a Crip, right, who came up to him on set in LA, and he was like, why this dude eyeing me? Because the dude was looking mean. He said but the dude told him about how funny he was and how much of a fan he was, but this one thing happened. He was about to go retaliate on somebody, but before he left out the house, Rodney Perry came on the screen and he said, let me stop 5 minutes, right? And he said, the next thing he knew, the dude was like, I watched your whole set for 45 minutes. He was like, cuz, you saved somebody's life that night and you ain't even know it. Thank you, cuz.
To somebody's.
You never know. I've had people come up to me that I was like, oh, I didn't even know you noticed. And you don't know. You go around life, and this brings me to the second thing I was talking about. I was just about to post a video about it. You go around life and you just be you, and don't look for the purpose, or don't look for the hand clap, because you got people clapping for you that you don't know. Everybody's focusing on their haters, or you see the messages, watch who don't like your post. Who gives a fuck about a like? People could be liking your post just for fake likes. They could be like me. I'll like something just because I want to get the comments, because I want to save it so I can go back and pay attention to it later. Just because somebody like a post don't mean that they like you, don't even mean that they for you, right?
So hold on, stop right here. I don't know who I said this to recently, within the past 7 to 8 days, but I said to somebody, why are we always praying to avert our enemies when we can simply just say, thank God I don't have no enemies? Because that right there dismisses it. That totally extinguishes that flame. Bitch, you don't exist. So if you were an enemy of mine, please note that you are no longer an enemy of mine. Because one, I don't have enemies. I just don't fuck with people. And two, if you made me your enemy, that was your choice. That was your decision. And you don't fucking exist to me. So I had it within the past 7, 8 days, I personally have said, I don't have no enemies. That energy don't exist. Sorry, go ahead. But you jogged my phone there.
That also is on, boy, we be there, because that also goes into the whole conversation I had yesterday. So I was talking to a guy, he's a Muslim. He's a Muslim, right? And I was talking to him about prayers.
You can get on your way to the train. Keep
and this thing that he said to me yesterday, he said before, he said, so what you a secret Muslim? You scared to be obedient to God? I said, dude, hold on, wait a minute. I said, no, I am me. I said, my spirituality, however I pray, whatever I practice, it is not something that I purposefully hide, and it's not something that I think about purposely showing. I am just myself. I don't need a badge. I don't need to look the part. I said, Allah, God, the Most High, whoever you pray to, don't give a fuck about them. Don't give a shit about what you putting on for other people. I am not that person. That's the reason why I don't subscribe to any religion, because I don't want to be that person. I'm not in it and doing what I do for the sake of a hand clap, or like most people, to avoid the wrath of God and to make it into heaven. I said, when that is your point, you might as well not do shit. You might as well not do anything, because you're not doing it. If you act out of pure love and respect, then you're going to assess yourself. You are going to grow. That in itself it's inevitably obedience to the Creator, because you are growing. You're not doing shit just to be doing it so you won't get in trouble. Like, what the fuck? I said, people who do that, they have yet to learn. You're praying constantly. You're saying, oh, let me follow this law, let me follow that law, all because you don't want to feel the wrath. You haven't done anything. When we speak about enemies and people who do things to you, you turn that into a blessing. Everything is a blessing, because it's an opportunity to learn. And if you have learned from that, chosen to learn from it, then you grow from it. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, somewhere in your path, you will meet someone who is going through that same thing that you encountered. And because you chose to learn and grow, you give them those jewels from that experience, and you've turned that into a blessing for them. So no, I'm not a secret
and
anything.
That's where your blessings
I just
come
do me.
Mm-hmm. Your blessings come from being yourself and not giving a damn what nobody else think about you and how people feel about you. Because the irony, it breaks down to something so simple. And you know, I just met a guy this morning. Somebody was like, I was beautiful. I was like, thank you. He was like, what's your name? I never gave him my name. He was like, is you married? And I never responded. But I got his number though, but he didn't get my number, because that's my power. If I want, I'll let you know if I want to flirt. And somebody posted on Facebook that women always have a backup plan. I used to keep a backup plan, and then I stopped keeping a backup plan, but I'm back on the backup plan just in case. But anyway, my anniversary this week, all my anniversaries this week, so I'm going to be good all this week.
Happy anniversary, friend!
Thank you. From today on through next Saturday is all my anniversaries. All of them. Priesthood, baby having, babies getting initiated, their celebrations, love situations, all that. This is my week right here. So yeah. But in doing and being judgmental, the guy said, I see you looking at my do-rag. He said, just keep the waves right. I said, you think I'm judgmental? He said, well, you looking at me. I said, what I'm looking at, I'm just trying to see what I'm looking at. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to tell you my name. Your wave cat don't mean nothing to me. It's Philly. You better keep them things on fleek. But then I thought about it as I was walking home. I said, I am judgmental. And everybody knows about me. But it's not a bad thing as long as I don't express it. But I went to a Mary Kay party the other night. And I don't knock people that wear makeup. It's just not my thing. I'm just not that person. And I wore makeup at proms. Of course, my wedding, you know what I mean? Something like I of course, one of the housewives, you know what I mean? So I can count about the 5 times I've had a full face of makeup on. But I was sitting there looking. Right. But not only that, You know, I used to be a glamour girl. The girls I used to roll with, our name, we was the glamour crew. You know what I'm saying? We used to go to every dance in Philadelphia, every dance in New York, and shut things down. And Jamaicans very outlandish, we very exaggerated and everything. And I just got to top every damn body with the big ass bangles and all the different color hair, my hair and all that shit. Just all the extra. And just as I've grown, I've become more comfortable with myself. And I've grown to love me more. And I'm like, I'm not ugly. And that's not to say people that wear makeup is ugly. I just don't. So I was sitting there and I'm like, damn, we really in a state now where weaves determine. Remember we used to wear weave, used to get teased? Now if you don't have the lace front, you broke, you corny, you're ugly. Now if you don't have lashes on, you ain't.
Everything we do is for somebody else's eyes. And we don't want to admit it. People don't want to admit it, but that's what it's for. Very rarely is it, I'm doing this just because, you know what? I feel like the shit today. So this is what I'm going to wear. I wake up feeling powerful, bitch, I'm wearing all black. I'm all black everything, right? But most of what people do, and that's why I felt the need to share about that conversation yesterday, because
thank you for sharing.
In the spiritual community, everybody has to wear that badge of whatever it is that they are doing. You have to see me. And one, if you're doing that, then you really haven't embraced what you're practicing. And number two, you make yourself a target for the bullshit in this community.
Pause. Stick a pin, friend. Friend. You the shit, friend.
Birds of a feather, baby.
So I'm at the shrine this morning because, I do my shrine work every morning, but today is my, the first day of my anniversaries. So I have more stuff to do and I'll be working all day. But I was sitting and I was thinking about my stand-up time in Atlanta. And I was sitting there like, how many jewels didn't I drop while I was there? And I didn't drop a lot of these jewels because I have different initiations than most of the people in Georgia. I come from a rare clan, a rare breed. So in my lineage, it's not supposed to be a whole lot of talking. Although I see it and I be like, that's not how this goes. That's not how any of this goes. But whatever. And I said to myself, well, damn, I could have took more time sharing. I could have took more time to, shed light on things.
But you shared a lot, though.
I did, but there's more. But then I thought about it, and it took me a very long time to understand that the entire time I was in Georgia, and this is not, I'm not bad about Georgia. I'm talking about my life personally. I was protected from so much stuff. My ego had me feeling like,
let's not girl ego. Let's get on it.
But you started. So I can only be me. That's what you said. We being ourselves today, right?
Let's do it.
And say, for a very long time while I was there, I felt like a black sheep. I felt unappreciated. I felt unvalued. I felt unloved. I felt the disconnect. Now, mind you, every day when I go to my shrine, I'm like, protect me from the bullshit, protect me from danger, protect me from this, and keep me this, and keep me that, and keep me that. And so much stuff happened. Like, we would go to Bimbe's, and, I was so happy to be there because I hadn't seen so many black people in the culture as I did. Because, I come from a Cuban house. I come from 2 Cuban houses. I put up some things. I come from 2 Cuban houses. And there was black people in there, but, the majority was up, right? Yes, made me sick and said back. Exactly. Visionary. So anyway, so the kids would run around and play with the other kids and everything like that. And I would sit in my truck the entire time until they started to drum. I would take food because there's protocol to go into traditional events that although all these motherfuckers was dressed in galas and boobas and they didn't know the protocol. So I did teach the motherfuckers protocol. Be clear about that. So I would take the food, I would help set up, I would help clean up all that stuff, but I wasn't involved until the beat dropped. When the drum dropped, when the drum stopped, I fucking left. So by the time it was a whole bunch of uproar and upheaval and separation in the traditional community, everybody was throwing daggers at each other. And literally, a lot of people had to walk around with like security and backup. They had to get the dope boys in there. Like niggas was had to shoot out. It was some serious shit within the tradition. But the comfort cat said, "Wait a minute, guess who name ain't in none of this shit?" My punk ass ego, because I'm so used to being like both of my godfathers in both of my lineages, right? I'm both of them fucking right hand. Understand that? There were times with situations shit didn't go down unless I was present. There were times where if I couldn't make moves with my kids, these motherfuckers would make sure I could make moves with my kids to get to where I had to be to do whatever had to get done. So when I went to Atlanta, this lady, this hating ass bitch, told me when you go humble because they don't have what you have and they look at it sideways. So I went on some real, I violated everybody. I threw myself everybody. Come to find out that I'm everybody's fucking elder, but I'm just being humble. See, when you move, sidebar, when people move to Atlanta, they change. They put on a different face. And I did, but I put my different face on a different way. I went to Atlanta like a saint. I went very humble. I went like I'm not a beast. I didn't go and try to make a name for myself on some gangster shit. I wouldn't try to reform myself like, oh, I've never done anything in my life. No crimes, no nothing. They made me bring out Day though. They made me show them Day. They was like, they didn't appreciate him belling. But anyway, so I was very happy that when all this shit popped off, they couldn't call my name or nothing. And thank God everything's come back together. But my point is, my punk ass ego had me so many days in my house, sad and depressed. Like, why they don't like me? What's wrong? Why ain't I? Why could I? Ego. I was worried about what the fuck they thought about me, and I completely forgot about who the fuck I was and who. You understand what I'm saying?
Guess what I read? That's what I was doing last night before I went to bed, friend. Reading about the ego. That the ego is that one thing, right? We need it, but we don't know how to balance it. And when you mention ego to someone, the only thing they think about is whether or not they're arrogant or think they're better than someone. The ego is comprised of so many different things. The ego is not the devil. It is an imbalanced and uncontrolled ego that is not the devil. If you do not master your ego will master you. What I was reading last night, an unmastered ego comes in the form, and it's true. I was like, that is so true. Comes in two forms, clinging and resistance, right? Your clinging goes to the things that you desire, the things that you want, but you make them your needs. The rejection or the resistance is not doing what it is that you should be doing because you got all this other shit going on, and that basically goes into the clinging. When you're resisting, you're clinging to an idea or a desire that's making you resist what it is that's good for you. And I've been there. Like, I've been checking myself a lot lately, and there's a lot about my ego that has grown, but I still need to master and get over. It said
I
when
like
you have
I like that point.
when you
Finance
go,
people made most of it is fear. I do agree
yes,
with some of that.
fear is an aspect of an uncontrolled and an unmastered ego, right? And your fear will have you making up shit that don't even exist.
It ain't even nowhere there.
I had to apologize to my sheikh yesterday out of the blue because I was driving and I was checking me, and I was like, yo, this man is so fucking humble and he's so patient with all the shit that I give him, right? I'm always questioning him. I'm always looking at him sideways. Why you do this or why you do that? Not stopping to think, yo, I go to this motherfucker for work. He been around. He has a discipline that I can only dream about. I'm not there yet, right?
Right.
I go to him to protect me.
Right.
But yet still I'm side-eyeing him, not knowing what all this, not even think, not taking, not knowing, because I do know, but my ego made me forget that I know that this motherfucker could make it so I don't complain to him at all. He's that bad. He could shut me the fuck up without knowing that he's shutting me up. Right?
Yep.
And so I had to apologize to him yesterday and thank him for his patience and his humbleness, and understand that, number one, I know in my own life, even in the mundane world, there are things that I don't say for a reason to people. There are things that I have to put things in a certain way to people to protect them from themselves. And he has done that, and I haven't recognized that, right? And I do this, and I stunt in my own growth. Even though I've grown a lot, I could have grown so much more if I wasn't on that, and it all came from fear. And me not even following my own advice, because no matter what happens, I'm always the fuck okay. Because I am who I am, I get back that energy. Like you. Meeting you was by chance, right? And we're in sync like the fuck this. You allow me into your fucking shrine room. Do you know how much that meant to me?
You know how I feel about my damn shrine room.
Yes. She said, you're not on your menstrual, right? Take off your shoes. And I'm like, you're like, I'm playing it cool, but I'm like, the fuck, she let me in her shrine room. Like, that's some deep shit. And so, in our unmastered ego, we fail to see the blessings that we do have. And we fail to, I was telling a friend of mine how you have to pay.
These comments, friend, they getting us good in the damn comments. I'm so glad you talking, because I can read all the damn comments. They getting us good.
I'm going to have to. That also falls in line with personality. Our spirits take on a person. Correct. But you know what? Your ego will also have you not paying attention, and you thinking, and I share this with a friend, your blessings, your prayers are answered in ways that you don't even know. You're not paying attention because you're looking for it to be delivered in a certain way. Correct. And it's not.
That's the dumb shit.
My eye, right? Let me tell you, my eye, what I've been going through with my eye. I got Ebo for my eye, right? So I was talking to a friend of mine, and he has issues with his eye too. And so he was like, I take a great supplement. And so I said, tell me what that supplement is.
Sarah, keep your eyes on the road. You can read the comments later. This live will be up for 24 hours.
So he inboxed me a picture of his supplement, right? So I had to go down to Seven Nanda to the herb store to get some herbs for a detox. So while I'm looking for my herbs, it just passed me. I see an herb there, and it says bilberry, right? And I ain't paying no mind because I'm in my shit looking for other stuff, right? And mind you, it was in my mind to remember to get the supplement that he told me while I was there. So I'm going about my business, get my herbs. So here come another one. I'm further down on the rack, and this lady is asking a lady that worked there, hey, do you guys have bilberry? And I was like, the lady didn't know where it was. I was like, oh yeah, it's up there. It's right. It's right up there. It's there. The astrologus and all of that other stuff is up there. Go ahead on and get it. Not the D, still not paying attention. So when I'm finished gathering my herbs, I say, oh wait, let me get that supplement Winston sent me. I said, I go in my inbox and look at the picture of it. What is it? Bilberry. I said, duh, D. All right, I got you. Let me go get it. Your blessings come in forms of things that you wouldn't even notice. So you have to know, you have to pay attention to everything.
So stop right there, because you got too many, you on fire, and I'm gonna try. I need to be taking notes while you're talking, so I can remember what I want to say. First thing is, this is why I teach the importance of Ori, the head, the inner head, because once you have began the practice of finding that inner peace, connecting with your inner head and the heavens, your higher self, it makes it easier to know when messages come and when things click. So something as simple as you didn't go in your inbox, you forgot about it, but the universe said, bing, okay, you ain't get it. The second time, universe went, bing, okay, you ain't get it. So you had to go in your inbox to realize it. So I'm not saying nothing about you. I'm saying that I have mucked up so much in life that me personally, whenever I get a bing, I'm like, get some toilet paper. Get two pieces of extra tissue too. Even though we got a roll toilet paper, get some Kleenex too. I be on it. I just be so, because I have fucked up so many times with them bing moments that now.
And you get so many bings.
What people think. I'll be like, we need 2 more spoons. I don't give a fuck. I'll be on them bings because I have cried too many
Even
nights
in your dreams, you get a lot of bings in your dreams.
Listen.
Now, and I say now, everybody pay attention to your dreams, because if you have been on any type of spiritual journey, this energy here, all the shit your ego needs to deal with that's buried in your subconscious is being purged in your dreams. My dreams this
So
morning.
stop. Wait,
what
stop.
The fuck?
Stop. So let me apologize again to everybody. Daryl made it to live. He made the church. Because Tip mentioned in my comments earlier that she had dreamed about me. Tip is the 4th person this week that has either texted me, called me, or DM me about me popping up in their dreams. So apparently I've been traveling this week, even though I'm back off the road. So please forgive me, but just know that, and my personal godchildren and my students, they know, like, if it's something going on with you, even if I'm not consciously having your back, I got your back. And I will call you.
I'm going. You're going to know. You're going to know.
You're going to know. And guess what? If you ignoring them ding, 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 dings, and you my student or my godchild, they going to see my face. And I ain't the face you want to see.
I've been starting to tell people, don't come over here and get nothing from me if you don't want me in your business, because I'm not going to be able to help it. Once I send you something, I'm in your business and don't want to be. You want it when shit go wrong with you, I'm going to fucking know it. So I'm going to get some kind of picture or message in my head that I'm going to have to call you and say, look, check this out. Maybe you need to think about this like this. And it's going to be speaking to something that you're going through. So if you don't want me in your business, don't come get no rocks.
Don't get nothing from me. Don't. If you a client, fine. But once you become like my students or my godchildren, like Tipsy, right behind you, I was right beside. Listen, if I fuck with you, you better know that the best way for me to have your back is in your dreams. Because if I really got to fucking pull up, you better have bail money for both of us. Because I ride for mine. Period. Dot. Now stop, because you made another point about the ego and how people get in the blessings, and you was with your shaking. You didn't realize how humble he was and all that. So let me tell you a quick story. I'm gonna talk real fast. I'm gonna ramble through this so you can get back to what you saying. So remember what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And Tip, I pull up. So listen. So we had this girl 3-4 years ago. Okay. There's one set of women that I dislike. And that's just because on some human shit, their characteristics are not pleasing to my soul. I don't like how they move and how they operate. But this one particular woman happens to have all 3 of these energies that I don't like in one body, but I love her. She sent me a client, and the client became one of my students. And I gave this woman a lot because she was really fucked up. Now, mind you, she's a motivational speaker, and y'all know I don't like motivational speakers because I think a lot of motivational speakers need their asses beat because they think they're doing something and they're not. She has experienced a lot of trauma in her life, but her ego has gotten her so far removed from herself that I don't think she should be talking about it, but whatever. So as time goes on, my friend and I, or my associate and I, had given this woman in particular a lot of spiritual implements, tools, backing, knowledge, wisdom, encouragement, support, all of that. My homegirl even took this bitch to Africa to get one of her initiations done, okay? She comes back. Now, hold on, let's stick a pin. Before they go to Africa, this bitch is in my house one day, and she says, so I hate self-proclaimed welfare celebrities with butt shots. Yes. Rizzy, don't start.
Shut up with that. Oh, and set the bus. Oh, set the bus drivers is hoes upon hoes. Go back, friend. Finish what you were saying.
So we in my kitchen one day, and in my house, you've been in my house. My house was bigger than my friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
But this bitch, this arrogant motivational speaker bitch goes, so I'm not trying, Belly, I'm not trying to be funny, but so if you and so have so much power and y'all can do so many things, how come y'all live like, and she's looking at me like she's trying to find the words. I'm like what?
But you see my face, I'm like, live like what, bitch? What? I'm waiting for the answer. Here my ego coming in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because bitch, I've been in your house and you may have a newly built home in the community, but bitch, you got a 3-bedroom house. I got a 6-bedroom house. You got neighbors. On them 4 corners of your house, you got neighbors. That's still the land around my house.
And you got all them goddamn spirit, girl.
You got all
shut
these
up.
issues, but you quit. So I want to know how we living like what? So anyway, whatever. I said, so she finally got to a point. I said, well, humble. We look a little poor or something in comparison to you. What are you saying? So she said, yeah, but I don't mean to say that. I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, if y'all doing this for people and how come you can't do this, you know? And I said, well, did you ever consider that, like, most of the most prominent spiritual advisors and spiritual leaders sleep on cots?
Because they do not need. Back to the ego. Go ahead.
So I started naming them. Mother Teresa. Mama. You know what I mean? I'm going through some shit, and I'm like, so I said, so okay, but I said, but then at the end of the day, you might have more money than us and a bigger home than us, but we got more wealth than you got. So what exactly are you trying to say? Shut the bitch down. Period. So fast forward now, when I had my housewives party at the house, she came dressed to the motherfucking T. To the T. And in my driveway, she stopped and she goes, and Bella, I have a message. Now, mind you, they done already told me some bullshit was coming to my house. So I'm already up. I already know somebody coming. So in the driveway, she goes, I was with Ifa this morning, and Ifa told me to tell you to be mindful of your character today.
Once again, going back to Jeju. Shut your fucking mouth.
Shut your fucking mouth, bitch. So I said, you're right. Ifa did say that, but that message was for you. Because I too have been to Ifa this morning, and Ifa told me that you were coming with your bullshit. So the piece about me being mindful of my character is not cursing you out today in front of my other guests. The piece about you and your character is not coming into my house disrespecting me.
Message. Open your get rid of your ego to properly decipher the messages that you get, because your ego will have you fuck something up.
Wait, stop. The mature message, because most mediums don't do it for money, y'all do it actually for help. Correct, Daryl. But then after that, infinitely divine goes, she says she want to catch these hands. How can I stay focused with the... So wait. So later on now, give it like 3 or 4 more months. And this girl, because we done been through some shit, this girl texts me some very foul stuff. Very foul.
Oh, I got another one, friend. It just come about.
So she disrespected me. She disrespected me so bad, whatever. And I'm like, yo, this bitch is crazy. Now I'm at the beat the fuck up part. So I'm saying, okay, I gave her too much. And now she, whatever. So I called her friend and referred her to me. Now, mind you, I've been to Oshun. That morning, it was a 5-day, and something else happened. So when I called my friend, she said, Belly, hold on, I need a minute. She said, matter of fact, I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes. She called me back. She said, I need to breathe. She said, I was with Oshun this morning. I'm laughing. Of course we were. And she's breaking down to me every freaking thing that happened. And then she goes in to tell me that this woman disrespected her. Now, get this. If you got beef with me, I can see that. Because of my tone and my approach. And if you don't understand me, it's hard for you to get me. Redemption, I'm going to read that in a second. But when my friend, and she's not a friend like me and you, be clear. Mm-hmm. But we still good, right? Mm-hmm. You disrespected her, bitch? This woman don't gossip. This woman don't look at people sideways. This woman is a walking feminine divinity. Feminine for real. Like she is.
Well, I got something about that too, girl. This morning, friend. This morning.
She is like Obatala. Like she is like a walking ball of peace. For real. And see, normally light-skinned bitches that got Obatala, Annie-Fi, that become Annie-Fi, I don't like them because their arrogance level be too high for me. And I'm like, you got the game fucked up. But this woman is genuinely the shit on her. So I said, oh, now you got to get fucked up. Now you done took this shit to a whole nother level. So we beat her ass spiritually for a little bit of time. Pop, 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 pop. But understand it wasn't really us. When you disrespect your elders, you got to understand something. When you receive stuff from people, you make a pact with their lineage. So you don't have to worry about thinking, oh, somebody threw something at you. You threw something at yourself. Because when you disrespect your elders, not just somebody you met, but somebody that you've been initiated under, you received vessels from, you received sacraments from, you received work from another. This is a whole nother level of shit. You're not disrespecting that one person. You're disrespecting the lineage. Which is why I tell people, oh, you got something with me? Merry Christmas. Have fun.
Look at your face.
Because I'm always the last one.
Look at your face.
I'm always, again, I don't have enemies. I don't watch you that much. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. And it's that simple to me. You understand what I'm saying? But when you disrespect the lineage,
you got problems.
So let me break down lineage. A lineage is you got a priest that's honoring their ancestors. I'm not saying all of them do. I'm talking about me.
That word we can't figure out. It just popped in my head again.
Told you. Huh. So you got a person that honors their ancestors, right? They come from a lineage of people that honor their ancestors. All these people got deities that they honor. So you got a person that honors their ancestors, that honors their ancestors, that honors the deities of their ancestors. Magnify that. Multiply that. Remember that everybody got a mother and father governing deity. So let's just say we're talking about 1,000 people.
You and your little candles can't do. You and your little candles done went up against all them without even knowing it.
And the person that you fucking with don't even know. Because if you really on your game with your shrine work, you so focused on that you're not focused on the bullshit, but you got your people so tight that they like, you fucking with my baby? My baby? My baby that don't even know you don't like her? My baby don't even know you don't like him? My baby don't even remember they met you? My baby don't even know your name? Come here, let me holler at you real quick. Come here, let me talk to you. Sit your ass down right here, let me deal with you. Hey, Martina. So, yes.
On ego, right? Because everything comes back to that. And we here this morning. We just here. That's why when I got your notification, I was in the middle about to post the video. I said, wait, friend there. I'll post this video later. So listen, ego. If you worried about any shit, and this goes back to that chick in her material comment. If you worried about anything outside of your basic needs, which you always have, you most do, your food, your shelter, your breath, your basic needs. Any worry outside of that is ego. All the pains that you have in life, your anger, your depression, everything, that's coming from ego. Because baby, if you woke up today and you're worried about something, it's your ego. If you have food to put in your mouth and you worried about, well, it's broccoli rather than shrimps, that's your ego. If you have clothes to put on your back and you're worried about whether it came from Walmart or Saks, that's your ego. If you have a beautiful, just even outside of this, if you have a beautiful park to walk to ground and be serene, and you're pissed because you can't make it to the beach, and hey, that's me. I'm like, I need a fucking beach. No, I don't. That's my ego. And you have to be conscious of it, because if you're in your heart with love for people, for the universe, for the creator, for your ancestors, for everything that protects you, if you walk in love from that in your heart, you're going to constantly check yourself, right? And admit your bullshit. To me, I'm a great person. I am a loving person. I have an altruistic spirit, but I'm with the shits. I got some shit with me. I got some shit with me. I do shit that I'm not supposed to do. When those moments of self-assessment come, I check that. D, why did you do that? Why? Where did that come from? Oh, that came from here. You still got shit that you didn't deal with. Deal with it so you don't respond to that. I had I'll go back to the story because everybody didn't hear it, about the guy I was dating who checked me about church. Told me it was shame because I didn't go to church, and there were things in the house that that I can't get unless I go to the house of God, right? Now, this experience let me see how far my ego has grown, because the 20-year-old D would have cursed him the fuck out. The 30-year-old D would have just disappeared, right? The 40-year-old D said he does not know. So do not react right now because you in your feelings, because you pissed off. He don't know what he's talking about. He does not even know that by just that one statement of telling me that it's a shame that I don't go to church, that he has shown me his entire spiritual life. He don't even know my spirit. He does not know how dangerous that statement is, and he could have just opened himself up to all war or to be used in a war, because he don't fucking know. And after that conversation, there were so many opportunities for me to annihilate him spiritually, but I didn't do it. I gave myself credit for that, but I checked myself because I was pissed, and I shouldn't have been pissed off by that statement, right? So that let me know you got some more growing to do with your shit. And I'm going to keep growing. I'm an only child. I've been raised on a pedestal, like most children, at some way, without the adults around me even meaning it. My boundaries have been violated. That whole shut your mouth, speak when you're spoken to, you know, don't cry, I give you something to cry. All that bullshit is sending a message to the subconscious of you don't fucking matter, right? Mm-hmm. And it's molding a fucked up ego, and you become that when you become an adult. Right? Mm-hmm. But here's the power in constantly working on yourself and acting out of love. This one right here in Bel-Air, right? I'm about to tell the story about my house. You can enter somewhere and not do shit and do every fucking thing. My house is in Philly, y'all, right? I own a house in Philly. Don't hide your face, no, bitch. Do not hide. Friend, do not hide your face, because this one right here is magical as fuck. So, I got a house in Philly, y'all. I've been trying to sell this bitch for 2 fucking years. I have gone to, like, I was about to get this bitch back to the bank. Do you hear me? Because it's been under contract so many times. I've had so many problems. My tenants in there, me being nice. I've learned lessons from being nice with tenants, blah, 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 blah. Point is, I was like, friend, go see what the fuck is in my house and do an assessment, and then call me up because I need you to go do a clearing in my house, right? And Bella ass, it's cold outside. She ain't got no fucking shoes really, because she coming from the pedicure place. She go to my house. She wasn't not in my house for 5 minutes. She was like, oh yeah, da 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 da. I don't even like the energy in there, which I knew she wouldn't, because I haven't been in my house in 3 goddamn years, and I don't like the energy in there, right? So that day she went, that's when I was at the tip of it, and I was like, either I'm going to get this shit done or I'm going to give it back to the bank because I'm tired of dealing with it. I had just had another deal fall through, right? So she left. She told me what the price was. I was like, all right, I'm going to work on that, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, 2 days fucking later, here comes another offer. The chick at the bank tried to fuck my shit up. It ain't work. The gas company tried to put a fucking crazy ass lien on my shit, $3,000 that I know I wasn't supposed to take. That shit ain't work. Long story short, she walked her ass up in my house and I told her, because when she was here at Jeju, she was like, oh, what's going on with the house? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, babe, I don't know. You just walked in there and everything cleared the fuck up because it's under contract and it's going to closing. She ain't do shit but walk in my house. That's what happens when you work on yourself and you're genuine and you constantly give thanks. How many times do I talk about how many times I say thank you and it's effortless that my children are even like that? Why are you thanking me? Thank you and I love you. Those are my two things. People be like, what did I do? Nothing. I just love you, bitch. That's all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I say thank you I don't know how many times a day. Like, I say thank you more than I fucking yawn, more than I blink my eyes.
Right? Yes.
And when you're like that, that's what your energy does. Don't start it.
I'm out. I need a minute.
I love you, friend.
5-minute break, y'all. We'll be right back.